Welcome back. Now we will discuss conducting wire part 2. So we will start with the application of conducting wire. So silver is very costly, so we generally do not use as commercially. And other application of conducting material as overhead electrical wire. In overhead electrical wire, it is used to transmit current from one place to another place. This is suppose tower. And in overhead electrical wire, ACSR wire is used. ACS wire are aluminum conducting steel reinforced wire, and ACSR wire's outer layer of the wire is made of aluminum wire, and inner layer of the wire is made up of steel wire. Other application is as copper wire. In copper, we introduce 5% of barium to strengthen the copper wire. Another is Constantan. It is also known as Eureka. So in Constantan, copper and nickel is made. Constantan is made of copper and nickel, and it is used in the thermocouples. And other application is as magnin. In magnin, manganese and copper is used. Magnin, copper, and other element is used, and it is used in a standard resistance. It is used as a standard resistance. Another application is nichrome. In nichrome, nickel, chromium, manganese, and other elements are used, and these are used in heating elements. Okay, now we will discuss about the superconductor. Now we will discuss about the superconductors. So superconductor, what is superconductor? Superconductor is perfect conductor with the resistivity is 0 and conductivity is infinity, and it happens below a particular temperature. That temperature is called as critical transition temperature. So superconductor are perfect conductor with resistivity is 0 and conductivity is infinite conductivity below a particular temperature, below a particular critical transition temperature. For example, take mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid state at the room temperature. So mercury Hg, critical transition temperature for mercury is approx 4.2 Kelvin. So below this 4.2 Kelvin, mercury turns to be superconductor, and above the temperature 4.2 Kelvin, mercury will behave as a normal conductor. So one scientist was there whose name was Ons. He conducted one experiment. He took he took mercury and decreases the temperature of mercury and studied its resistivity according to the temperature on different temperature. So what he did, he decreases the temperature of mercury. As we know, as the temperature decreases, resistivity of metal also decreases, and at particular temperature, suppose as particular temperature, that is approx 0 Kelvin or 4.2 Kelvin, around 4.2 Kelvin, suddenly mercury starts to behave as superconductor. Means at this particular temperature the resistivity of material or resistivity of the mercury becomes 0 and conductivity becomes infinity suddenly at this temperature. As the temperature decreases, this behavior continues. So at suppose this is 0 Kelvin. So in this zone the resistivity below this temperature 4.2 Kelvin temperature, resistivity of the mercury is 0 and conductivity is infinity. So this from this temperature, below this temperature, this material is known as superconductor or material behaves as superconductor. Okay, so now why this happens? Because as the temperature decreases, the crystallographic imperfection of the metal or material decreases. Means the crystallographic defects of the material decreases as the temperature decreases. Crystallographic imperfection decreases. So we know entropy is degree of randomness. So entropy of material decreases as the temperature decreases. Degree of randomness of the atoms decreases as the temperature decreases. So the imperfection of the material decreases as the temperature decreases. So as the temperature decreases, this imperfection decreases, and at a particular temperature material starts to behave as a superconductor. For example, take conductor. For conductor, as temperature increases for the conductor, atomic vibration increases and the resistivity increases. Similarly, for superconductor, means for a particular material for particular metal, as temperature decreases the resistivity decreases, and at that particular temperature, at particular transition temperature, material starts to behave as a superconductor. Okay, this is the reason why any metal or metal turns to be a superconductor. Around for metals generally, for metals it becomes superconductor below 10 Kelvin generally for most of the metal. Okay, now some exceptions are there. Some exceptions are there. Some exceptions are there. For example, silver, copper, and silver, copper, and gold. At 0 Kelvin also it doesn't turns to be superconductor. At 0 Kelvin also it doesn't turns to be superconductor. So it doesn't turns to be superconductor. Why? Because at this temperature also at below this means at this lowest temperature also, at lower temperature also, the crystallographic imperfection doesn't decreases in silver, copper, and gold. This is the reason why it doesn't turns to be a superconductor even if lowering the temperature. So these defects are co- Cooper defect, Cooper pair defect present. Due to this defect, due to this crystallographic defect, these metals do not turns to be at 0 Kelvin. So Cooper pair defect at 0 Kelvin. So due to this crystallographic defect, these metals do not turns to be a superconductor, even decreasing the temperature. Similarly, iron, similarly, copper, sorry, similarly, iron, cobalt, and nickel do not turns to be superconductor do not convert into superconductor as due to crystallographic imperfection. And the cuprate ceramics are generally insulator. So around 100 Kelvin, this cuprate ceramics turns to be superconductor, and that is why it is called as high temperature superconductor. High temperature superconductor. An example of this cuprate ceramics is yttrium, barium, copper oxide. Yttrium, barium, copper oxide, or YbCO. So it turns to be superconductor around 94 Kelvin. Now we will discuss about the properties of superconductor. First property is the conductivity is infinity, means resistivity is 0 for the superconductor, so conductivity is infinity. resistivity is 0. And second property is perfect diamagnetic material. It is perfect So what is diamagnetic material? Diamagnetic material is no dipole. In diamagnetic material, no dipole will be present if there is no magnetic field applied, and if the magnetic field applied, then dipole appear in the material. So it is the property of diamagnetic material. For example, you take one magnetic field. In this magnetic field are from north to south. In this magnetic field you take liquid gold. So here it is liquid gold. When you put liquid gold into the magnetic field, and this is diamagnetic material, so it starts to repel or try to go away from the magnetic field, like this. You try to go away like this. It try to go away from the magnetic field, this liquid gold, from the ball. This ball it try to go away from the liquid magnetic field, this liquid gold. Okay, it is moving away from the liquid field. Okay, now third property is magnetic susceptibility of superconductor is -1. Is -1. Magnetic susceptibility of the material superconductor is -1. Why? So we know the relative permeability is equals to 1 plus magnetic susceptibility, x. This is x. We know this relation. Mu r is equals to 1 plus x. This x is susceptibility, magnetic susceptibility. And this mu r is relative permeability. This mu r is relative permeability, and relative permeability of the superconductor is 0. So mu r value for superconductor is 0. for superconductor. Relative permeability of the superconductor is 0 for superconductor. So as mu r is 0, so we get the susceptibility, magnetic susceptibility of the superconductor is -1. So this is two property we should remember for the superconductor. So magnetic susceptibility is -1 and relative permeability is 0 for the superconductor. And fourth property is based on the Meissner effect. So what is Meissner effect? Meissner effect tells that the superconductor expel the magnetic field around it. For example, it tells you that expulsion of magnetic flux line. Expulsion of magnetic okay. For example, suppose you take one magnetic field. In this magnetic field you put normal conductor, so magnetic field go inside the travel inside the normal conductor in this way. Okay, it just crosses it. Normal, suppose this is mercury at temperature greater than 4.12 Kelvin. 4.12 Kelvin is transition temperature for the mercury, so it is greater than 4.12 Kelvin. Now what we do, we decrease the temperature of mercury below 4.12 Kelvin, so it turns to be a superconductor. At below 4.12 Kelvin it turns to be superconductor, and we will again put it again we will put this superconductor mercury into the magnetic field, and we will see what happens. So if as you put this superconductor mercury into the magnetic field, it expel the magnetic field lines. So how it expels magnetic field line? Like this. So magnetic field expelled like this. Okay, so this tells you this is the Meissner effect. So mercury at temperature less than 4.12 Kelvin. So this is the Meissner effect. So on the principle of Meissner effect, magnetic levitation trains works. So it is high temperature superconductor. It is in this we use high temperature superconductor. So high temperature superconductor are it is around 100 Kelvin. Means ceramics turn to be superconductor at 100 Kelvin. Cuprate ceramics now. So it is around 100 Kelvin. It turns to be superconductor. In magnetic levitation train we use high temperature superconductors. So by cryogenic technology, we convert hydrogen and nitrogen liquid into superconductor. We convert hydrogen and nitrogen into liquid. Okay, so now we will discuss about the how superconductivity of a material can be destroyed. How superconductivity of a material can be destroyed, we will discuss now. How superconductivity of a material is destroyed. So it is destroyed by first increasing the temperature above critical transition temperature. So increase the temperature above critical transition temperature. Critical transition temperature. For example, critical transition temperature of mercury is 4.12 Kelvin. Critical transition temperature of mercury is 4.12 Kelvin. If we increase the temperature above 4.12 Kelvin, the superconductivity of mercury is destroyed. And second method is increasing applied magnetic field above critical magnetic field. H is a critical magnetic field. Suppose this is one metal how can we induced magnetic field in this metal? So if we apply, if we this is the wire, suppose conducting wire, and in this conducting wire if we applied current I, then magnetic field will be established perpendicular to this wire. So in this metal piece of the metal, magnetic field is applied in this way. So magnetic field H on the material or metal is I by 2 pi r, circumference of this ring of the wire, and this is equals to number of turns I by length of the wire. In this way we can, if we apply magnetic field above the critical magnetic field, so superconductivity of the material can be destroyed. Now by increasing current above critical temperature also we can destroy the superconductivity. Increase current above critical current. Now we will see how this could be happen. Suppose this is this axis represent temperature, this axis represent magnetic field H, and this is at this point temperature is 0 Kelvin. Okay, so if you want to destroy the superconductivity of material at 0 Kelvin, you have to apply large amount of magnetic field. That magnetic field is H naught, and suppose on here it is transition temperature. Critical transition temperature means below this temperature material will behave as a superconductor, above this temperature it will be normal conductor. And this parabolic region, if any metal falls between inside this region, metal will behave as a superconductor, and if it fall outside this region, this will behave as a normal conductor. And suppose at temperature T, the magnetic field required to destroy the superconductivity is suppose HT. So this is HT. Okay, so in this direction temperature increases. Okay, now we know from this graph we can write one relation, that is HT is equals to H naught, means applied, we have to apply H naught is the magnetic field we have to apply to destroy the superconductivity at 0 Kelvin. T by Tt. Tt is transition temperature, this Tt. This is Tt, this point. So Tt is ka whole square, Tt is by whole square. This is the relation we can derive. So just remember, and previously it is asked in IS prelims. So one thing you should note here, at 0 Kelvin, as temperature increases, magnetic field required decreases. So see, at or from 0 Kelvin from 0 Kelvin as temperature increases, magnetic field applied required to destroy superconductivity decreases. See, as temperature increases from the 0 Kelvin, magnetic field and from transition temperature, as temperature decreases, magnetic field increases. Okay. And from here Hc, we can critical magnetic field we can write as critical current by 2 pi r, and critical current we can write as Hc into 2 pi r. So this is the critical current required to destroy magnetic field. This is the relation for critical current. Okay, from all these things we can write or we can draw one diagram like this. Suppose this is H naught, this is H naught, this is transition temperature, and this is critical current. So this is the inside this region material will behave as superconductor. Inside this region material will behave as superconductor. Inside this region it will be superconductor, and outside this it will be normal conductor outside this region. Okay, so this axis is for temperature, this axis for magnetic field, and this axis is current. Now we will discuss about the properties of superconductor. So fifth property is isotopic effect. Isotopic effect. So what is isotope? Isotope is same atomic number with different mass number. Different mass number, isotope. So it is observed that transition temperature is inversely proportional to square root of mass of isotope. It is observed for the isotope. This is the relation. And sixth relation is with decreased temperature of superconductor, entropy also decreases. With decreased temperature of superconductor, the entropy of material decreases. The entropy also decreases, means degree of randomness also decreases with the decrease in temperature of superconductor we earlier discussed. Now we will discuss about the types of superconductor. So first one is soft superconductor and second type is hard superconductor. So we will first discuss about the soft superconductor. So first property of soft superconductor is there is sudden loss of superconductivity. In soft superconductor there will be a sudden loss of superconductivity. So in soft superconductor sudden loss of superconductivity. So it is like this. Suppose this is resistivity and this is the magnetic field and this is zero origin. And at particular critical magnetic field, material starts to behave above this critical magnetic field. Above this critical magnetic field, material starts to behave as normal conductor suddenly. Before this magnetic field, critical magnetic field, material was superconductor. Okay, so sudden loss of superconductivity. And second property is there is two state. Two state means there is superconductor and there is normal conductivity. This one, these two state here. Okay, And third property is the maximum magnetic flux density. Maximum magnetic flux density is 0.1 T. Okay. An example of this is pure metals. Example of soft superconductor is pure metals. Pure metals like mercury, Pb and Sn. Okay. Now we will discuss about the hard superconductor. In hard superconductor, the gradual loss of superconductivity will occur. So here from critical magnetic field H1 to Hc1 to critical magnetic field Hc2. So from graph it will be clear. So this is the resistivity axis and this is the magnetic field and this is origin. As the magnetic field increases, so at particular magnetic field, suppose this is Hc1 critical magnetic field Hc1, and there will be gradual loss of superconductivity like this, and at suppose Hc2 critical magnetic field point 2, from this point material lost completely is superconductivity and starts to behave as normal conductor. So before this material was superconductor and this region is mixed state. So in this region gradually material losing its superconductivity. Okay, so gradual loss of superconductivity from Hc1 to Hc2 region point, Hc1 point to Hc2 point, and there is three state. Three state are superconductor, mixed state and normal conductor or normal conductivity. Mixed state or normal conductivity. And third is magnetic flux density ranges from 30 to 40 T. Maximum (30 to 40 T). An example of this kind of hard superconductor are alloys. And alloys like niobium, tin, NBSN and niobium tungsten NB, W. Okay. Now we will see application of superconductor. Application of superconductor. It is used in magnetic levy trains. Used in lossless power transmission line. And it is used in nuclear power plant. Fourth one is cryotron switch. To destroy the superconductivity. It is used to destroy the superconductivity. And fifth is in MRI machines. So magnetic resonance imaging scanning. It is used in MRI machine. Scanning. So here I end this video, and we will continue in next video with the same topic, superconductivity. We'll start with some problem of superconductivity in part 3rd. Till then, thank you.